Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are talking about moving to Edmonton, Alberta, Canada in 2024. Let's get into it. Before we get started, if you're thinking of moving to Edmonton, please check out all of the videos on my YouTube channel. You're going to learn everything that you need to know before you move here. And as always, if you have any questions about moving to Edmonton, you can reach out to me directly. I run a small real estate team here in the city, and I'd be happy to help you out. So I'm going to break this video up into pros and cons, and we're going to talk about specifically what is different about moving to Edmonton this year compared to previous years. First and foremost, we do need to talk about how many people are moving here, which is a ton. To put it simply, people from Vancouver and Toronto and Montreal and all of these other cities in Canada that have become very unaffordable, people are now looking at different options like Calgary and Edmonton, and they're moving away from these very unaffordable cities. Now, if you want some more detailed information, please check out my latest video, moving from Ontario and BC to Edmonton. That video, I share a little bit more about the statistics and the average prices of homes. So if you're wanting to know a little bit more about the interprovincial immigration, please check out my latest video. So with all of the interprovincial immigration and global immigration that's coming to Edmonton, our prices are slowly increasing and our inventory for homes is slowly starting to go down. Our demand is increasing and our supply is decreasing. So we're seeing prices go up slightly. However, Edmonton is still a very affordable place to live. You'll be amazed at how far your money will go here, and I'm certain you'll be happy with the type of home you can either buy or rent in Edmonton, and that starts off my first pro of living in Edmonton. Edmonton is an extremely affordable place to live. We have one of the lowest tax rates in all of Canada. Now, we have a very strong job market and a very strong local economy. It's really not hard to find a job in any type of sector that you are looking in. Edmonton is primarily an oil and gas-based city. We do rely heavily on our energy sector. However, if you're looking for a job in any other fields, it's not hard to find one here in Edmonton. Another great thing about Edmonton is there's lots of nature to explore in and around the city. Edmonton is located in the central region of Alberta. We have lots of nature parks and conservatories around the city. And of course, we have our beloved Canadian Rocky Mountains within a 3 to 4 hour drive of the city of Edmonton. Now, a lot of people love Edmonton because we are a multicultural city. 1 in 4 Edmontonians is an immigrant, and most of these people, 54%, are skilled workers. It's very safe to say that Edmonton is an extremely diverse city. We have people from all over the world here and from all different types of backgrounds. It makes it a pretty cool place to live. Now, a lot of people like Edmonton because it's a great place to raise a family. Now, between the affordable housing, scholastic and post-secondary options, and how many things there are to do in and around Edmonton, a lot of people are moving their families here or starting their families here. Now, that ties into my next point. What is there to do in this city? There is always something to do in Edmonton. There's tons of entertainment near downtown, lots of restaurants, lots of bars, and Edmonton carries the nickname of Festival City for a pretty good reason. There is over 50 festivals every year in Edmonton. So pretty much every week, there's always something going on. It is certainly not hard to find something to do in Edmonton. And of course, I have to mention our beloved NHL hockey team, the Edmonton Oilers. We love hockey. Go Oilers. Now I'm going to mention some things that aren't so great about Edmonton, one of them being the cold. Edmonton is the most populated northern city in the entire world. It is not uncommon for us to see temperatures of minus 30 degrees Celsius. In fact, in 2023, in January, we saw temperatures below minus 40 degrees Celsius. It was extremely unbearable and definitely not pleasant to live here during that time. Now, please keep in mind when we have minus 30 or even minus 40, it does not last long here in Edmonton. It's common for us to get one polar vortex every winter. And the majority of the time, our winters are very bearable and we have some beautiful summers here in Edmonton. Now let's talk about bad infrastructure. It is no secret that the city of Edmonton does not have the sufficient infrastructure for how many people are moving here and how much our population is growing. It's safe to say that our hospitals can be absolutely overrun at times. We have too many people here and not enough hospitals. And don't even get me started on our roads here. Our roads and sidewalks and concrete all over the city always has cracks and potholes and is constantly under construction. Now, this is due to our long, cold, and harsh winters, but the thing is other major cities across the world don't seem to have as much of an issue as Edmonton does. We always seem to be one step behind, and there's always road construction going on in Edmonton all the time, and it's extremely annoying to Edmontonians. Now, that kind of ties into my next point, is that Edmonton is an extremely spread out city. You pretty much have to have a vehicle or car to get around here. Despite the recent investments into public transportation, it's still not that great. So since pretty much everyone in and around Edmonton owns a vehicle, it means that our traffic is extremely heavy considering our lower population. Now, by lower population, I mean that we're not as big as Toronto or Vancouver. Edmonton still has about 1.7 million people here, but if everyone has a car plus bad winter road conditions, traffic can seem very frustrating for most of the year. My point is, don't move to Edmonton thinking that you're going to be happy without a vehicle. You're going to have to buy one. You're going to need to get around. The city is very spread out, so you're going to need some type of car. Now let's talk about our crime rate. Now, depending on what sources you are looking at, and depending if they are population-based or not, it is not uncommon for Edmonton to have higher crime rates than Toronto, Vancouver, and Calgary. Now, it's really important to keep in mind that most of the crime happens in central and downtown Edmonton. Unlike those areas, the suburbs in and around Edmonton are very peaceful, low crime neighborhoods. I myself live in the community of St. Albert, and it's a very safe and great place to live, and it often places in the top 10 cities to live in all of Canada. Now, I do have to mention that living in Edmonton can feel somewhat segregated. Edmonton is honestly a massive city that's in the middle of nowhere. So basically, you've got the Rocky Mountains about 3 to 4 hours west of us, and then to the east, you've got nothing but good old Saskatchewan, and then 2 hours south, you've got the city of Calgary. Basically, surrounding Edmonton is nothing but farmland and agriculture. Now, if you're an outdoor enthusiast, you're going to be okay in Edmonton, as we are surrounded by a lot of crown land and public area. If you're a hunter and a fisher like myself, you're going to be okay. But if you're more of a city dweller and you like to stay downtown, I highly recommend coming to visit Edmonton for a week or two and live downtown for a while before you end up moving here. One of the common complaints that we get from people coming from Vancouver and Toronto is they don't like our downtown lifestyle, as it's very different from the other major cities in Canada. Now, before we wrap up this video, I need to mention something that I keep hearing from my clients that have moved here from other major cities in Canada. A lot of people say that Edmontonians work way too much and that our work-life balance is very bad. I can't necessarily comment on this, as I haven't lived anywhere else in my life. I've lived in Edmonton my entire life, and yeah, people do work really hard here, and it's a very fast-paced city. There's always something going on, and people don't really take a lot of breaks. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to this city than what I put in this video, but if you're really thinking of moving to Edmonton, please give me a call. I've received calls and emails from people all over the world, and to be honest with you, it's my favorite part about real estate. I get to chat with people from all over the place and help them decide if Edmonton is the right place for them. Now, as I said before, I am a licensed realtor here and run a small real estate team in the city. So if you're looking for a property anywhere in and around Edmonton, we'd be happy to help you out. And if you're looking to search for some properties, please check out our website, rivervalleyrealty.ca. I will attach the link below. Our website will show you every available home for sale in and around the city, and we've got lots of valuable information on our site, so please go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I'm really trying hard to grow my YouTube channel, so you have no idea how much I appreciate you guys. Lots of love. Thank you, and I'll catch you at the next video.